Hey guys, it's Fonzie here with DipYourCar.com. Now, since we've been dipping wheels, one of the most frequently asked questions has always been, what's the best way to clean your dipped wheels? And there's been a bunch of different things that people have used. All of them have included scrubbing the wheels. And then that goes into, what are you going to use to scrub your wheels? Is it going to be a towel? Is it going to leave fibers on the wheel? Is it going to pull the dip off? Is it going to disrupt it? There's been a company, and if you guys are a part of the Dip Your Car forums, you know this story. I've been kind of throwing teasers out there. There's been a company that's been absolutely hounding me for the past 6 months saying, we've got something you've got to use. It works perfectly with dipped wheels. It works with non-dipped wheels. It works really well with dipped wheels. You've got to try, and we get emails and calls like that all the time. So pushed them off just like everybody else. I finally got my hands on the product. It's called BrakeDust Pro, or BDP. It's brand new. Their website isn't even up yet. They're not even selling it to the public yet. I guess they're taking their time to really do their launch. But I finally got the product, and it sat around the office for a while, and then I tried it out. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to show you exactly what it does and how it works. Essentially, what this product is it's a product that you can spray onto your wheels, whether they're dipped or not. Spray it on, let it saturate, and then you just wash it off. There's no scrubbing, there's no touching the wheels at all. You just spray it on and wash it off. It pulls and releases all of the dirt and the brake dust completely from the wheel and leaves it clean. Like I said, I'm just going to show you. My S6 right now has got some filthy wheels on it. Actually, the front wheels have not been washed for about 3.5 weeks. So I'm going to show you guys the best way to wash and clean your dipped wheels using BDP, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, this is the front wheel on my S6. It's been dipped for about 3 months or so, and it has not been cleaned for over 3 weeks. Now, it looks like a really dull matte black, but actually this was matte black with 2 or 3 coats of glossifier on it. So this wheel is actually supposed to be a nice satin or gloss finish, and as you can tell, there's a very thick layer of brake dust on the wheels. And we're going to see what the BDP does to the brake dust. I'm going to follow the instructions. I'm just going to spray the entire wheel, let it saturate for about a minute or so, and then power wash it off and see if it cleans the wheel and see if it changes the finish of it. I'm going to make sure I get in between all the spokes. Now, I specifically let my wheels go for about 3 weeks to give a worst case scenario on a test like this for the video. It says on the bottle that for extreme cases, you can do 2 applications. You can just do this again right after, but I really want to see what it does with just 1 application. Now, you can already see there's a puddle at the bottom of the wheel of a very, very deep purple that's building up. It seems like everything, the brake dust and the grime and everything is releasing from the wheel and just bleeding down. So we're going to let it saturate for the full 2 minutes and then come back and power wash it. Alright guys, now the real selling point to this product and the reason why we're so obsessed with it is because it's a touchless brake dust releaser. It's a wheel cleaner that you don't have to scrub. You don't have to use a sponge and get in there on the spokes or use a towel and end up with black water and black towels and so forth. The real selling point is that there shouldn't be any brake dust left on the wheel at all without actually having to touch it. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to let it dry. We're going to see if that gloss finish came back. We're going to see if the wheel's actually nice and clean, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys, we've let the wheels air dry for about 5 minutes or so, and the first thing that's obvious to us is that the wheel has gotten its gloss finish back. It's not dull, it's not dry or matte looking anymore. That glossifier is back, and it's really showing that satin or gloss finish to it. So the wheel itself looks great. However, The real selling point, like I said, is that it's a touchless wheel cleaner or touchless brake dust releaser. So if the wheel isn't clean, then it doesn't really do much for us. So I've got a clean microfiber towel here, and I'm just gonna drag it along the spokes of the wheel and see if I can pick up any brake dust or any dirt that's left on the wheel. There's nothing actually left on the wheel alone. So as far as it being a touchless brake dust releaser or wheel cleaner, it does the job and it follows through. So now this is the wheel that we just cleaned, and I want to show you the difference between a wheel that's been cleaned with the BDP and then here on the back wheel, this wheel has not been cleaned yet with BDP, and you can see it's that dull, dry, matte look when it's actually a glossified wheel. Okay, now you've seen the product work as far as using a power washer to wash it off, and that's excellent. That's exactly what they said it was going to do. We've tested this thing for about 2 or 3 weeks now and gotten excellent results using a power washer. But what I wanted to do is take it to the next step. My concern was I'm really happy that all of our customers that are going to have power washers are going to be able to get wheels clean without having to touch them. But what about our customers that don't have a power washer? Are they going to be able to use a standard hose nozzle to be able to clean off the wheel and get the same result, or at least a really comparable result? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this wheel with a standard hose nozzle and see if we can get the same result. We're going to let it saturate that full 2 minutes, come back with a standard hose nozzle. All right, we're gonna let this one air dry for just about 4 or 5 minutes. It's nice and windy out, so it should dry pretty quick, and then we'll see what kind of result we get and see if the wheel's actually clean. So we've given it a while to dry, and what we're gonna do is come in with a microfiber rag and see if we can pick up anything on the wheel. And again, it's nice and clean. The BDP does a really good job of doing exactly what it says it's gonna do. It releases the brake dust and the grime and the dirt from the wheel without having to touch it or scrub it. Now this does work with dipped wheels as well as non-dipped wheels. All right guys, what I did is I found the absolute dirtiest wheel that I could find. Now, this is an interesting example because it does have a ton of paint that's chipping away from it. So all these really dark spots here are actually paint chipping away. And obviously there isn't a wheel cleaner in the world that can fix that. However, if you watch this, there's a ton of brake dust on it. So what we're gonna do is follow the instructions, saturate the entire wheel with the BDP, and then wash it away. Now you can already see immediately things starting to bleed away from the wheel, and as it releases the brake dust and works its charm, whatever it does, everything's going to start pulling down and bleeding away. All right guys, it's been about the full 2 minutes or so. We're going to go ahead and take the power washer to it. Now what the BDP was able to do is remove all of the brake dust from off the face of the wheel. Obviously, again, anything that you see here is chipped paint. There's nothing we can do about that. But I wanted to show you how well the BDP actually works on a wheel that's even not dipped as well. All right, guys, you've seen the BrakeDust Pro work. It does exactly what it's been advertised to do. It allows you to clean your wheels, dipped or non, and wash everything away without having to touch or scrub your wheels. So the days of a dirty brake dust filled sponge or wheel brushes or getting a cloth in between each one of your spokes, it's all a thing of the past. So it works better than anything else on the market, but my main concern was, is it going to be priced higher than anything else on the market? And I'm very pleased to say that after going back and forth with BrakeDust Pro for the past several weeks about price, this is a 32-ounce bottle of BrakeDust Pro. That's what it's going to be offered in to start. That's a very big bottle for wheel cleaner. You're rarely going to see wheel cleaners in 32-ounce bottles. But I didn't want you guys running out all the time. This 32-ounce bottle is going to be 20 bucks. It's going to be available at DipYourCar.com, obviously as well on BrakeDustPro.com once they get their site public and up and launched. So 20 bucks, I don't think anyone in the world can complain about a product that works this well in this quantity for that price. If you have any questions, CustomerService at DipYourCar.com. You're going to see more videos and stuff like this come out once BrakeDust Pro goes public. But it's Fonzie from Dip Your Car, and I was very excited to get this into your hands and expose it to you. We've been talking about it on the Dip Your Car forums for a long time. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed the BrakeDust Pro.